So it is the end of Capricorn season. And as this cycle comes to a close, I would like to offer a reading for the root chakra. And the purpose of this reading is to honor what has supported our stability, what has supported structure in our lives, and what has supported grounding. Okay? So our fortune of the day says you will always have good luck in your personal affairs. So that's a message for somebody to trust and know that whatever they do, it's like you have the Midas touch. Whatever you do, you'll be successful. I don't like to use the word luck, but things will always go in your favor. If you're tapped into this message, if you're a part of this collective, if you resonate with Mama's messages, if you have received guidance from myself, Priestess Nami, in any sort of way, and it's resonated with you, if you're a part of this collective, you will have success, you will have good luck, good fortune, and things will always go in your favor as it relates to your personal affairs. And if that's not the case with you, then I am not a guide for you. We are not aligned, and maybe something that I have said resonated with you, but your energy is not an energy that aligns with the energy of this channel. And that's okay. Every reader is not for everybody. So again, we're focusing on a root chakra message for the end of Capricorn season. And we're asking, what has supported our stability? What has supported us creating firm, lasting, solid structure for ourselves? And what has supported us grounding things in our lives over this past cycle, over the past Capricorn season? So I'm going to shuffle. Well, I'm already shuffling. I'm going to pull 3 cards. So I have 2. I'm going to pull 1 more. Well, I flipped that one over. I didn't mean to, but so we have emotions, home, and sound. So what I'm getting initially is that we've created structure in our home life. We've created a solid home life for ourselves that feels safe. It feels stable. And in that home life, we've learned how to balance our emotions. You know, some people are sensitive when it comes to their emotions, and they wear their emotions on their sleeve, and they don't find a space that allows them the safety to express their emotions, right? What I'm getting is that you found, or you created a space within your home, whether your home is a physical place or you found home within yourself, home within your person. It's allowed you to balance out your emotions and find rhythm, create rhythm within your emotions, rhythm. And I keep hearing safetyness, a safe space within yourself. So that's what we've grounded and stabled for ourselves over this past cycle. What I'm hearing is we've learned how to flow with the rhythm of life, right? Sometimes it may seem like this non-stop web of ups and downs and in and outs and roundabouts, and just not no harmony. But what I'm getting is that we have found the balance within ourself, within our life, within our emotions, and created harmony for ourselves. We've learned how to be okay with silence. You know, some people cannot sit alone in silence. They have to have some type of noise in the background, some type of music playing, or scrolling on their phones, or watching something on TV. We've found within our space the comfortability to sit in silence and listen to what silence has to tell us. We found comfort. We found stability in our home life, in our emotions. And it's led us to a grounded place that feels secure. And it's because we've created this for ourselves, right? So let's pull and dig a little bit deeper into this story and see what else wants to be said. And our focus is being what stabilized again, and what was learned inside of us. What did we learn inside of ourselves? Well, for one, we learned how to harmonize our expressions. We learned how to, some of us learned how to express ourselves. Some of us learned how to balance our emotions and balance our moods. I'm hearing some people may have ADHD and have frequent mood swings because their dopamine is, I'm hearing short supply. And so when you have dopamine first, you have your highs and your lows, and you've learned how to even stabilize that. For some of you, I'm hearing that you've been taking natural herbs and you've learned how to stabilize your ups and downs and balance them out. Okay, so we have accept perfection, face control issues. This card is always making an appearance in our readings. So to add a second layer to what we've stabilized, we have accept. I said accept perfection. It's actually accept imperfection. So none of us are perfect, right? All of us have our flaws. All of us have imperfections. In order to create a safetyness, a feeling of safety, I was about to say a safetyness, but in order to create a feeling of safety inside of ourselves, we have to accept the imperfections, accept the things about us that are not perfect, accept the things about us that we would like to change. Once we accept them, then we can make the strides towards changing those things, right? First, we have to accept the fact that we may not be balanced emotionally in order to create and find balance in that area, right? For others, we have to accept the fact that we didn't speak up for ourselves. Once we accept the fact that we didn't speak up for ourselves, then we can start speaking up for ourselves. Another one is we have to accept the fact that we didn't create strong boundaries for ourselves and protect our energy. And going forward, now that we've accepted the fact that we did not create strong boundaries, going forward, now we can create strong boundaries. So accepting imperfection, right? Embracing the parts of us that we don't necessarily like. And once we embrace them, then we can start to change them. That's how we've stabled. That's how we've created stability for ourselves. That's how we have grounded our energy, by accepting our imperfections, facing our control issues, right? Some of us like to have our hands on everything and try to control every aspect of our life. But once we accept the fact that we cannot control everything, I'm hearing that prayer. Um, Give me the courage to accept the things that I cannot change, the something to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I can't remember. I know I think it's the serenity prayer. Give me the courage to accept things that I cannot change. No, the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to think to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think that's it. I'm not certain. I have not heard or read that in a very long time. But yeah, facing control issues, facing the things that are accepting the things that we can change, accepting what is within our control, and changing and fixing and focusing on what's in our control, and the things that are not in our control. We just got to trust that they'll work themselves out, right? trusting the flow of life. I feel like that goes back to this card, the rhythm. We've aligned with the rhythm of life, or we've found ourselves aligning and going with the flow of life instead of trying to control everything. That's how we've created stability for ourselves. That's how we've created structure for ourselves. And that's how we've grounded ourselves over the past Capricorn season. Or if this does not resonate with you, this is the energy of the collective. So some of us have done this and some of us are working towards this, right? And so then we have the change your fate card, which comes up in our readings a lot. And that's about accepting the fact that your story is not fixed and it's always unfolding, and you have the power within you to write another ending. That's how you have created structure for yourself, right? By owning the fact that you are not your past. You are not the things that you did in your past. You have the freedom to change at any given moment. If you don't like something, again, accepting those imperfections. If you don't like something, you have the ability and the freedom to change it, to write a different story, to write a new ending, to pivot right now and do something else. If you're trying one thing and it doesn't work, pivot and try something else. We have the freedom to do that. And in order to do that, we have to disarm fear. Fear is also an emotion or a feeling that is resonant with the root chakra. So the moment that we disarm fear is the moment that we can align with the flow of life, right? Fear limits your potential. It stops you from doing the things that you would like to do. It stops you from doing the things that you want to do. So once you disarm fear, once you tell fear that it cannot exist, and you choose faith over fear, once you do that, you have the freedom to choose a different life, a different style, a different moment, a different direction. You have the freedom to pivot, right? So we're going to pull a few more cards and then we're going to close this reading out. The last question that we're going to ask is, what do we need to embody in order to maintain our stability? What do we need to embody in order to maintain our stability? And when I say embody, that means, what do I need to become in my person? What do I need? What physical actions do I need to take? Right? We have that magic opportunity card here again, and breakthrough. So for some of us, we're experiencing a breakthrough. We're experiencing a breakthrough at this time as we ground our energy and create stability in our lives. So we have cutting edge, turn the page, and open to receive. Then on the other side of that, it says divine flow. So that's again about being in alignment with the flow of life and releasing those control issues. So we asked, what do I need to embody in order to continue living in this stability that I've created for myself? So the first thing that you need to embody is the ability to continue moving through obstacles. It says cutting edge, slice through obstacles and carve a path toward your dream. So what you need to embody again is the ability to continue knocking down those obstacles that show up in your path, continuing to move forward, right? Turn the page. That's what you need to embody that aligns with this writing a new story or writing a new ending for your story. Embrace new chapters with curiosity, openness. Embrace new chapters with curiosity. Openness paves the way and the path to wisdom. So turn the page. Use the wisdom that you've acquired over your lifetime and allow that to lead you on your journey as you continue on your journey. That's what you need to embody. Wisdom, right? And openness. Openness to receive. And again, that openness, it paves the way. Okay, so embody You probably already embody the ability to overcome obstacles. In order to even create a home for yourself and move through your emotions and stabilize and bring harmony into your emotional body and move in the flow of life. In order to do that, you've had to come through and overcome some obstacles. So this is reminding you to continue with that same energy. You know that you have it in you to overcome obstacles. So continue knowing that, continue resting in that energy, resting in that knowingness. Be open to wisdom, be open to receive. It says invite abundance with an open heart and open. Well, I misread that. It says invite abundance with open arms, but with an open heart, because that's what wanted to come out. And then it says embrace the blessings waiting to flow into your life. So that's what you need to embody going forward, an openness to receive, an openness to allow the blessings that want to pour into your life to pour in, because you've done the work. And if you have not done the work, you're doing the work. Otherwise, you wouldn't be tuned into this reading. So turn the page, embrace the new chapters with curiosity, without fear. Remember, we're disarming that fear. We're moving forward without fear. Move forward with curiosity and faith that everything is going to work out for you, because that's what the fortune said when we first opened the message. And then be open to receive. Be open to receive. I feel like I want to pull one more card before I close this reading out. But be open to receive. Once you're in flow with the divine, the channels and the streams that are open for the divine to bring abundance into your life are endless. But if you're operating in fear, if you have not disarmed fear within yourself and grounded yourself in your root chakra, in your base energy, you block the flow of abundance in your life. If you're trying to control everything, then you block the flow of abundance in your life. If you have not accepted your imperfections and you're always trying to change your flaws, not because you've accepted them, but because you want to appear to be something that you're not, or fit into places that you don't fit in, you block your blessings. I'm here. Okay, so that's a root chakra card, and it says guilt and shame. And I feel like that aligns with the message that I was just speaking on, which is not accepting your imperfections and trying to change them to fit into certain spaces or to be something that you're not. That's because there's guilt and shame surrounding who you really are. So again, that can block the flow of abundance in your life. So this is a reminder, this is a message for you to do some work around the guilt that you may be carrying, that may be unbeknownst to you, that this reading might have just reminded you that it's still resonating in your person, within your person, within your emotional body, right? So that might be an emotion that you need to give attention to. What are you feeling guilty about? I'm hearing journal, so maybe get out your journal and start with some prompts. I feel guilt because, and then just write. I am ashamed of, and then just write. I feel guilty because I'm just throwing some prompts out there. I am ashamed of the fact that, and then just write, and whatever comes up. And you know, I'm one for doing your burning ritual. So if you need to write it and then burn it as an act showing that that's something that you're releasing, that might be for a couple of you out there. So that's all I have for you today. I'm going to close this reading out by doing some sound healing, which we started out here with that first card that we pulled today. And then the number 33 might be significant to you. That's a master number, and that's the number of the sound card here on the table. The number 4 might be significant to you. The number 11 might be significant to you also. And then we're going to add all of these numbers up. So that's 6, 2, And 4, that's 12. That rounds down, or that breaks down to a 3. So the number 3 could be significant here as well. And I'm here in the month March. So that could be significant, March and April. So springtime, summertime here with the 6. Summer solstice might be important for somebody. That's what I'm hearing here. Next month, the month of February might be significant. And then the month of November might be significant. So we're going to close this reading out with some sound healing. So close your eyes and just hear the frequency of the bell. Allow it to resonate within your person and bring your attention to wherever you feel the sound in your body. So here we go. So the purpose of the sound frequency is just to solidify this reading, to close it out, and to ground this message. So again, I hope that you were able to find something here that resonated with you. I hope that it brings you closer to your higher self, closer to embodying your higher self and moving in this season, or moving into this next season with a new sense of stability and more structure and more groundedness in your life. Okay. Love and gratitude to you. And I will talk to you in the next video. Peace.